What does it take to get a transportation project out the door? Well, let's see. We got environmental, structures, traffic ops, STID, right-of-way, geotechnical, programming, project development, design, construction, utilities, hydraulics, signing, safety, public involvement, contractors, legislature, city councils. That's a lot. I mean, the first Star Wars, Episode 4, the first one, it lists over 600 people in the credits. TDOT has more than 3,000 people, 5 times what it took for Star Wars, because that's what it takes to make roads for 7 million people living in Tennessee. I mean, the roads we build and maintain can go all the way from Tennessee to China, and then back to Tennessee again. Yeah, let's see you do that, George Lucas. And we've done this for over 100 years, analyzing roads, improving them, and this is why we made this video, by the way, 100 years into it, we've decided to analyze ourselves, our ideas, the transportation of an idea through the Department of Transportation. It's kind of meta. It's like a metaphysical traffic study. How schedule, scope, budget, and all those disciplines turn ideas into ready-to-go projects. The TDOT Project Highway. But, of course, it's not a real highway, it's a metaphor. You get it. Let's move on. What we're learning is that our projects are taking long, back-breaking journeys that are way more convoluted than they need to be. Like those old board games with the plastic piece that you gotta get from point A to point B, but it's not really that simple, right? You got obstacles, penalties, random dice rolls, and every player is basically struggling alone to make it through this chaotic landscape. And transportation projects can be like that. All these disciplines addressing complex problems in isolation. A typical example. Engineer number 1 places supports for an overpass here, and at the same time, engineer number 2 decides to run some utility lines in the same spot. And no one notices until we're way down the road, and suddenly we see 2 perfectly reasonable solutions in conflict with each other. That's the problem with the old board game mentality. You're always going back spaces, because even though we see the trees, we rarely think about the forest. However, if you're into board games, which, I am, then you know that 21st century games are collaborative. We win or we lose together. And the key to winning is to communicate with each other at critical moments. And at TDOT, we're creating a workflow with this collaborative approach in mind. We call it Integrated Program Delivery, IPD, a kind of master plan for our transportation projects. Lots of pieces to the IPD. Let's look at the PDN, the Project Delivery Network. It's like the design of the board game, the rules and stuff, the basic framework for the metaphysical journey. And this framework puts communication at the center of the process. At pivotal moments, heads of disciplines come together to compare notes and make specific strategic decisions for the project. And then each discipline does its thing for a while, and before long, they're back together to review the progress and make more decisions. Really, it's less of a path for a project and more of a network. So I guess it's good we call it Project Delivery Network and not Project Delivery Path or whatever. Sorry, I'm getting off track. Back to the IPD. Project managers. Project managers supervise the back and forth between individual tasks and the big picture collaborations. A project manager is like that person who actually reads the rule book before the game starts, who's always got their eyes on the overall process. They organize meetings, make assignments, referee conflicts. That's right, they're the dungeon master. So while each discipline focuses on their own trees, the project manager, they see the forest from those trees and keep everyone pointed in the right direction. PMs are critical to a smooth collaborative process, and sometimes they bring donuts, so let's not forget that. So, recap, the new IPD brings TDOT's project delivery methods into the 21st century. It's made up of several parts, including the project delivery network, that's the board game one, which has become more collaborative, more communicative, and where each project is overseen by a donut-toting donut-toting project manager, that's it, who oversees this PDN process, facilitating communication while encouraging innovation. Because if you're going to build a road to China, you better do Star Wars level work, or better. And we are, and we will. And that's what we've been working on. We'll keep you up to date on other parts of the IPD as they come into focus. Let us know what you think, and help yourself to a donut.